Pretty much. But yeah, I want to see if there's a little bit more information. 10 years in wait, there's no way he's actually getting 10 years in prison. Bullshit. I don't believe that. I don't believe that he's actually getting 10 years in prison. I don't think anything crazy. They call it Grand Regent.
Life comes at you fast. When one day you're getting a stepdad shirt from Elon Musk's baby mother.
I'm not the stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped you. Ugh. Ugh.
And then you're getting investigated by the DOJ.
Far-left influencer Hassan Piker might be in real trouble for visiting Cuba in March, where he filmed what looks like a propaganda video for the regime.
My goal here today.
That's crazy to see that.
Is to bring awareness to what my government, the United States of America, has done to the Cuban population.
Yeah, now federal officials.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy to see that. That's crazy to hear that. Brother, this guy likes to lie so damn much and gaslight people, bro. I'm like, if you're gonna get like, you know, what is it, like backlash or like have karma come at you or so, you know? I hope that check was worth it because now the feds are on you. Ah, dude, that's wild to see this, to be honest. Jesus Christ. I'm like, karma's coming back to him tenfold.
Investigation into violations of U.S. laws and sanctions, which prohibits supporting Cuba's communist regime. Piker responded today saying it
is not great. Okay. I mean, it's bull, but still not great. Free me. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Free me.
Seemingly made an example of in America's. I wouldn't even say creep towards fascism. America's galloping towards fascism.
Hassan just went to Cuba to flex his $5,000 designer outfit to poor people while recording some pro-communist slop for his Twitch stream. But instead, he's actually facing some pretty serious consequences.
Oh, let me see. Whoa. Let me see. Max penalty. If found guilty, criminal willfully violation of Cuba sanctions under the TWEA and the CACR, up to 10 years in prison and a fine up to $250,000 per violation for an individual, or 1 million if treated as corporate. Multiple violations could stack. Wow, Jesus Christ.
The max sentence being up to 10 years in federal prison and a $250,000 fine. And even though it's more realistically going to be much smaller than that,
yeah,
it's still going to be a long drawn out legal process.
So let me see. So the more realistic outcome, the civil penalty only strict liability, no intent needed, likely a fine in a low to mid 5 figures, or a settlement, or possibly no penalty beyond compliance. Criminal charges and prison time are very unlikely for the individual. Yeah, okay, just as fair. I don't think he's gonna get 10 years in prison, to be honest. For an individual activist on the one-time humanitarian aid trip of the OFAC, the DOJ rarely pursues that route, absent large-scale, repeated, or clearly evasive commercial activity.
Process that might actually discover what else he might be secretly doing behind the scenes, which is probably why he sounds so sad and scared compared to how he usually reacts to law enforcement on stream.
Like a point of contention that could have gotten me arrested is insane. And I genuinely, in that moment, was thinking, like, these dumbass slop tubers are actually playing with fire.
As this is probably going to be the first time he's faced real consequences for his internet antics. He's been playing.
Oh no! Oh no! The actions of my consequences are finally catching up to me? Shocker. Wow. Saying shit on the internet and promoting propaganda and working with terrorists and stuff like that and liking terrorist things, you know? Wow. Wow, that's crazy. It's not like it's gonna come back and bite him in the ass, you know, later down the line, you know? Wow. That's fucking wild.
Socialist revolutionary in his daddy Dan Clancy's backyard, where no matter what rule he breaks, Twitch conveniently looks the other way. But once he stepped out into the real world, publicly supporting America's enemies in the communist parties of China and Cuba, he's about to learn that Twitch terms of service isn't the same as federal law. As previously, he knew he shouldn't go to Cuba.
I did cancel the Cuba trip, yes, because I didn't want to go to prison.
But after he actually did take that trip, he admitted to bringing wads of cash.
Shouts out to the Hassan head at TSA that let me pass through without giving me too much grief, as I had wads and wads of cash on me. That was really funny because I walked through TSA and I got a fat stag on me, just peppering people with just wads of cash for the most part.
And even acknowledging this might not be allowed.
The blockade itself is designed to be invisible. It's a system of sanctions. It's this like bureaucratic nightmare that basically renders it impossible for the island to do regular commerce, just like any other country. Banks can't take out loans from any other banks. And you, as an American citizen, as a matter of fact, have a lot of restrictions on what you can and can't do, both on the island or if you wanted to even send money. If you have relatives on the island, it's a very difficult process to like directly send cash payments to your relatives as well.
I really don't think this will end well for him, as even if they don't convict him of the first thing, there's probably something he's hiding they'll find in discovery. As there's a reason Hassan's experience in Cuba was so pleasant compared to actual journalists like Nick Shirley.
Oh yeah, so sorry about that. I accidentally hit my mic or so. I did see this video. Of course I didn't make a reaction because I was watching it on my own time. He had to literally escape from the island. He was getting people spying on him. Apparently he had a 2-star general fucking checked up on this guy too and everything like that. So yeah, he's like gross. So this guy literally had to escape the island with his like crew to get out of there because they were endangered. So it is kind of crazy to be seeing the total opposite from one another. It's a pretty crazy video, you know. That's the only reason I don't, like I said, I didn't make a reaction out of it. So I was like, I didn't think it was like, you know,
nearly getting kidnapped, where he had to hide in his hotel, apparently getting stalked by spies, with a 2-star general waiting outside trying to interrogate him, barely escaping with his freedom. It's almost like there's not freedom of speech in communist countries, so when a streamer visits with a beaming review of how Cuba is doing, it's probably going to be accused of propaganda, as this is what the investigation is about.
If Hassan Piker took any type of payment for the propaganda, then he has to register as a foreign agent.
Well, that's another law, but it could apply also in the activities that Hassan Piker's been involved in, because exactly like you said, you know, there could be that you're violating the sanctions. So that's one set of laws. And then another one is that you could be doing influence peddling for a foreign nation. And that's this law where you have to register. So, you know, I mentioned China, and one of the important aspects of this is that there is this tech tycoon named Neville Roy Singham living in China who has pumped $285 million into nonprofits, including one of the nonprofits that Hassan Piker accompanied called Code Pink.
And remember, Hassan's China trip had him briefly being detained. So then he fawned over Mao's Red Book on communism, basically doing propaganda interviews.
I also wanted to show my audience and the Western world in general that there are a lot of rumors about China. There's a lot of misunderstandings and also just outright lies.
I'm not gonna sit here and claim I understand what exactly makes somebody a foreign.
Why would you risk your life for a VOD? Nick could have not returned at all. I don't know why he did it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have never done it in my personal. You could not pay me enough money for me to do anything like that. Hell, fucking no, dude. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Well, hopefully Hassan Poker Faces has his consequences.
An agent, but anybody paying even the slightest amount of attention to him knows he promotes anything anti-American. So the real question is this just a grift? Millionaire champagne socialist sitting in his Los Angeles mansion claiming capitalism bad to an audience of broke losers? Or is he owned by foreign billionaires coaching him towards anti-American talking points? Which honestly, I don't even think those have to be mutually exclusive. As the charges hang over Hassan's head, he can't help but hate on his own audience.
You show him that your emotion goes beyond being a Twitter power user that's buddies with Elon's exes Dude,
Huh? I don't even know what's going on.
sometimes I welcome rotting for the rest of my life in a federal penitentiary rather than having to deal with long-term community members who have like unbelievably snide remarks even in this moment. Like, what the dude, what? You have to
Are you
slap me
crashing
with
out
a
on one of your
backhand
viewers?
and be like, all you technically do is just, you know, hang out with Elon Musk's exes, dude. Why don't you do some real organizing? Well, I did.
I mean,
Jesus
maybe I'm an idiot,
Christ.
but it didn't seem like that comment was made in bad faith. Just
It's
because
well known that Hassan hates his community. Then why even bother getting that community then? What's the point? He's right, big chili. Okay, alright, buddy.
his argument might be inaccurate doesn't mean he's against you, but that's just what happens when you're so low self-esteem. Even fans with paid-for subscriptions get met with condescending
Don't get me wrong, you know, the money is nice and everything, but I wouldn't want to deal with like a community like that at the end of the day. That's just my personal opinion, you know. That's just me.
reactions, as Hassan can't stand to be anything but idolized. As a random anime avatar with 8,000 followers compared to Hassan's 1.6 million, made a comment about Hassan's hotel stay in Cuba, to which Hassan just had to quote retweet to correct the record, to which the original poster laughed at, as Hassan is just signal boosting.
Let me see. Hi there, I'm the guy who posted this horrendous viral tweet. It is public knowledge exactly which hotel y'all stayed at, and it is easy as a Google search to determine whether or not you guys were legally allowed to stay there. Oh, by the way, the only reason that tweet went viral is because of Hassan. Maybe tell your friend not to amplify the people who are exposing his stupidity. Interesting.
His own issues, as vanity is Hassan's own worst enemy. It's basically the only reason he's famous in the first place, but has coincidentally been the downfall of his entire career. October 7th is now 7 months ago, but even to today, it's all people talk about. As shocking his dog is what he's most known for, not his cunning political commentary,
Jesus
not coming in
Christ.
second place next to the Roach King, but just the guy that probably electrocuted his
Yep.
pooch and kept making
Yep.
up progressively worse stories that kept getting debunked, then refreshing the controversy for over half a year now. And as his career fizzles out, all that political clout he so desperately clung to has now run out, as some people want him to use his connections to New York City Mayor Mamdani.
Well, you might need Zoran Magic for this one. Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah. I don't think Zoran Mamdani is going to be doing that anytime soon because I'm not a concerning incident that took place.
But Mamdani's preoccupied doing Twitch streams in which he gets spammed with male-on-male adult chat. Meanwhile, his subways are flooded. The streets are flooded with
Jesus.
literal garbage, and you can't escape by airplane as they're blocked by Palestinian activists, with the streets literally looking like the worst part of a third world country, where machete attacks
Where the hell is Uncle at? That's just becoming a PvP server over there. Oh my god, fuck no, dude.
take place in broad daylight on scooters as their socialist mayor begs for more of their money.
We cannot close this deficit with savings alone. We need new revenue. And we need a structural reset in our relationship with the state. And to call
Man,
on all
this guy hasn't really done anything, to be frankly honest. He really has not done anything. I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy has. What has he done? My question is, what has this guy done or so to New York? Like, as in, like, in a positive limelight. What did he do? Did he do anything? Kind of a useless person, to be frankly honest.
Albany to deliver additional revenue.
I think this is gonna haunt Hassan for quite some time. Even if he slithers out of this, the lawyer fees alone will likely hurt him. As sadly, even if he's forced to register as a foreign agent, it's not like his audience would turn against him. I honestly think if he came out as a Chinese agent, his fans wouldn't flinch. It would just grant him more credibility being an actual communist instead of just role-playing one in his $1,000,000 mansion. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully this one-man operation has earned your subscription.
That's crazy, in my personal opinion. Such a bit so bad, the new mayor can't do shit even if he wants to. Oh, I see. Now he was running a popular socialist way. Once he got elected, he is playing ball with everybody he fought against. If the I don't know what that is. Wins the championship, all hope is lost for New York. Unk is playing Division 3 now. He's now looting in the New York City subway dark zone. Oh my lord. Jesus Christ. Damn, so he could possibly face jail, but the actuality is probably not. But I wish it did, to be honest, because, it'd be nice and peace and quiet on the streamer side of things. But, that's just me anyways. But anyways, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because he is definitely a little bit pissed off, too, as well. I hear it in his voice. But we will see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And, down. Karma just came back tenfold and smacked him across the face and said, "Welcome to reality, bitch." And, peace.